Alright guys, today we're going to be looking at the Blade 200 SRX. Pretty neat helicopter here. I got the bind and fly. You can get this in a bind and fly or ready to fly. Ready to fly is going to come with a 6-channel radio, all set up ready to go. The bind and fly, you can use any 6-channel or higher spectrum radio. So I've got a DX8 and a DX6i here, and 6i and DX8. And I'm going to show in a separate video how to do the setup on each of these. In this video we're going to look over the helicopter, get a little review of it, show it flying. And like I said, check back later because I will be doing setup videos for each of these transmitters. They're pretty popular ones that most people use. So first, some features about this. It's got SAFE technology, AS3X. It's got a panic mode, so if you're losing control you can hit a panic button and it'll kind of write itself out so you don't crash. Then it's got 3 levels of hardness to fly. You got beginner mode and intermediate mode and expert mode or experienced mode. Beginner mode is going to limit how far the helicopter tips. Intermediate is going to limit it a little bit and it's going to go back to center easier, but you're going to have pretty good control in intermediate. And then expert mode, you're going to have AS3X on, but it's going to be able to go pretty much as much tilt as you want. Some people will do loops and stuff in expert mode, so it's pretty capable. It's not a CP heli, it's fixed pitch, but you can do some pretty cool stuff with it. Has up to a 10-minute flight time, and which is pretty long for any helicopter or electric plane even. It's a pretty long flight time. Stainless steel main shaft. Let's go ahead and open up the box and just see what we get here. In the top we just got our manual. And then inside the box here, got our helicopter. And it looks like it pulls out real easy. We have our battery, which is a 800 milliamp 3-cell 30C. Gives you a charger, which is you got your alligator clips for. There's see if there's an AC plug for it. There is. There's a plug for the charger as well, so that's nice that they include the AC plug. And then the last thing in the box is just some double-sided sticky tape, some Velcro, screwdriver, a bind plug. And then we also have some extra links and grommets. So that's pretty cool. Doesn't look like there's any extra blades. I doubt there's anything under here. Yeah, oh, there's something down in here too. Oh, this looks like a converter, which is neat. This is a converter pack for different countries, different types of plugs for different countries. So that's kind of cool. If you live in another country, it's got all those included in there for charging. I'll never have to use those, so we'll just leave those down in the bottom. So the helicopter itself, pretty neat. It's dual brushless motors. Got a brushless tail there. Take off the canopy here, and nice just 2 clips on the canopy, so it's real simple to take off and put on. Your battery is going to slide in here and sit right about here. And you can add a piece of Velcro to your battery and put it on the back, probably right around this area, and that way when it's in here it'll be just stuck a little bit better. You have your brushless main motor, which might be hard to see up in there, but you can probably see it up in there. And then your 2 servos for the fixed pitch. One there and one over here. And the servos are E-Flight 6-gram servos. There's our heli. Got a triple bladed tail prop, and overall design quality looks great. Looks like it's going to be a great little fixed pitch, built real nice. We have a AR636H 6-channel heli receiver with the AX3X and SAFE in there. So I'm going to go ahead and charge up my battery and then go ahead and set up my transmitter and get this out and test flying it. The last little piece I can tell you about is the dual brushless ESC here, and it looks like the single ESC controls both motors, which is pretty neat. I've actually never seen a dual ESC before, so that's cool that the one ESC controls both the motors. That's very interesting to me. I've never seen that. So pretty cool. Uses the standard JST plug on the battery and helicopter. So there it is. Let me go ahead and get it set up, charge the battery. Let's take it outside, see how it flies, and then I'll give a little review at the end, telling you guys about how I think it flies and how I think it feels in the air. Let's go have some fun. Alright guys, I'm outside here now, and we're going to go ahead and test it. Now I wanted to show you the different modes. I'm going to look at it from the front. I'm just going to throw the cyclic to one side here. And you saw that move. I'm going to hit it up to the next one, intermediate mode, and that's expert mode. So you can see in each mode it clicks a little farther. Let's go ahead and try it in beginner mode first here, see how it works, and then we'll hit it up to intermediate and then experience mode. Hands off. So in beginner mode we have very limited controls on the cyclic. It's going to not tip all that much. So you're going to want to be careful if you're an expert flyer because you don't have full control. But it looks like it flies really nice here. And it's a little weird for me flying in such a low mode because I'm used to more control. One more hover here. Take it a little farther away. That's pretty good. Let's go ahead and land it. Now we're going to hit it into intermediate mode, give us a little more control. And now in intermediate mode, it's still going to level itself out, so it's going to help the new flyers. But we're going to have a little more control here. As you can see, now I'm more comfortable going around doing circles. And it's still going to be stable in this mode, and we should be able to hands-off hover it. So I'm trying to keep it close to the camera just because I'm using a GoPro, and if I get too far I know you guys won't be able to see it. But this is flying amazingly well. Very controllable, just great. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and land it here. Now we'll hit it into expert mode, and I'm not going to do anything crazy. We'll just see how it feels and flies. Now this mode, it does not auto level. So what you tell it to do, it's not going to auto level like it does in the beginner and intermediate mode. So you got to tell it to, stop and go backwards. Now we have a lot more control, and I'm just going to be careful, not go crazy. I'll just do a circle. But I don't want it to go too crazy. It's the first time flying this. Haven't flown actually CP in a while either, and I can fly CP really good and flip them at all, but it's been a little while, and this feels like a CP heli right now. Very nice. Just doing little circuits here. Very smooth, very locked in feel. I'm going to go ahead and hit it back into intermediate. Now it'll auto level. And I feel like I have a little more power in that expert mode. but it's mostly just the cyclic is I have more control of it. Alright, so let's take it inside and get a final review. Alright guys, just had the flight with the 200 SRX. I gotta say, this thing flies really amazing. With the beginner and intermediate mode, it's just so simple to fly. The beginner mode, for me, it's a little awkward because I don't have very much cyclic, and for me, if I'm going fast, you know, I like to be able to have full control. So for an expert, you're probably not going to go to beginner mode, but intermediate mode for an intermediate to expert flyer, just wanting to have some fun, it's great. You got plenty of tip, but at the same time, it's very stable. It kind of corrects itself all the time, keeping itself you know, upright when you're not giving it controls. Really makes it real easy for anyone to fly it. Then you got expert mode, which that's the mode I'll usually fly in, and that mode, it feels like a CP heli that you're not flipping. You know, it's a fixed pitch heli, but it really moves, does whatever you point, you know, tell it to do. Very responsive, very fast, really nice control with that. So what's really cool about this is it gives you the expandability. If you're a fairly new pilot, you've only flown coaxials or some quadcopters, this is a great choice because you can start on your beginner mode, have a lot of settings and gyros in there to help you out, and then as you progress, you go to intermediate and eventually get to expert, or they call it experienced, I believe, mode, and you can really make this thing go crazy. And then once you're good at experienced mode on this, step right up to a CP heli, you'll be just fine. So I have to give this thing 5 out of 5 stars. Really amazed with it. I had one little issue with it, but it's not an issue. But I had one issue where at first I was having some wobble, and I called into Horizon, and I got an answer for that. You want to make sure your blades fall when you're not touching them. So put them straight, tip the heli, they should fall on their own. Mine were a little too tight out of the box, and it was causing a little bit of wobble. So called in though, they gave me a real quick answer, and after that it was perfect. So just make sure that your blades are loose enough that they will move on their own. Anyways guys, that's the Blade 200QX. Amazing little heli. Really happy I got it. If you have any questions, let me know. Be happy to answer them. I got a video up on the DX8 transmitter settings. Really simple to set up. Took only a couple minutes to get it flight ready with the bind and fly. And definitely recommend it, like I said. So check it out. Happy flying. We'll see y'all later.